All right, hi, good morning, everyone. Thanks for being here with the rest of the guests. So I'm delighted to welcome you on this workshop about circular economy. And this is all about circular design. Today we will bring you in this beautiful morning, we bring you through the concept of circular economy. So I'm Charles Dufourc, I'm the Managing Director for Palo IT in France. And I'm very honored and very happy to have with us today three esteemed guests. And first of all, I'd like to introduce Benoit Varin. Hi, Benoit, good morning.
Hi, Charles. Hi, everybody.
Thanks for being with us, Benoit. Benoit is the co-founder of Recommerce. And Recommerce is a circular-based company. They're offering refurbished high-tech products like smartphone. And Benoit is also the president of the French Federation of Reuse and Repair called R-Cube. I have an opportunity for a bit more about R-Cube and obviously Recommerce later. We also have with us Mark from Sydney, Australia. So thanks for being us. Hi, Mark.
Hi, everyone.
So Mark is our design lead at Palo IT in Australia. And finally, we have Jordan. Jordan is one of our designers here, UI, UX designer here in Paris. Hi, Jordan. Good morning.
Good morning, everyone.
So thanks for being here, everyone. This workshop will take place in 3 different steps. So the first one, we get Benoit to explain a little bit more about what is circular economy, what are the global concepts, and then we will get our 2 designers to take us through a journey. And that journey you will make important decisions. We will ask you to participate to this workshop. You will have options to vote, to make choices, and we count on your participation. So are you ready now? Here we go.
Yeah.
So Benoit, Benoit, we start with you this morning. Thanks for being with us again. So we're very proud and very honored to have you with us. Sorry. First, can you tell us more about Recommerce and maybe a little bit more also about R-Cube?
Yeah, with pleasure. Hi, everybody. Thank you, Charles, for the warm welcome and for introducing me. I'm glad to join for this session. R-Cube is a French federation. It's an association in reuse and repair. We represent the sector. We are engaged to develop the professions of reuse and repair thanks to innovative solutions. We federate actors promoting a virtuous circular economy and alternative modes of consumption to fight, and we fight against waste. Reuse means, and it's very important to have the definition in your mind, means you give a second life to a product instead of throwing it away. It is different from refurbished. Refurbished needs professional intervention to test, check, clean, sometimes repair, but not in each time. Refurbished is not mean repair and put back on the market a product that has already been used. It's second life, okay? That's what we do at Recommerce, and I am the president of this association in order to defend this sector of second life. And we want to make reconsumption. The reconsumption is a concept, and it was very important to change our way of life. And with Recommerce, we are very proud to enter the next 40 companies, which rewards the 40 French high-growth potential startups with the ambition to become global tech leaders.
Yeah, thank you, Benoit, for sharing the insight with us. Well, obviously, having one of the next 40 company with us, which is supposedly the next unicorn. That's what our French president actually expecting from you guys. So it's really inspiring. We also would like to get a few figures from you about circular economy. Benoit, maybe you can share with us what it is exactly, what it represents globally, and also maybe what it is when it comes to the French market. So Benoit, if you can share with us a few thoughts and a few figures about that.
Yeah, first, let me define what is a circular economy. It is a systemic approach to economic development designed to benefit businesses, society, and the environment. It's like sustainable development, but with a model, a specific model, in contrast to the tech, make waste, that's linear model, linear economy. We fight against linear model, and we want a circular economy who is generative by design. And design is very important. Mark will explain that, and Jordan also. So it is based on 3 principles, according to the Ellen MacArthur Foundation. Design out waste and pollution. That's our goal. Keep products and materials in use. That's what we do at Recommerce, and I will explain you that after. And we have, that's our mission, that's our goal, that's our human being mission, It's regenerate natural systems. It's like permaculture, We have to protect our environment, and we have to regenerate that. So, and a circular system is always a win-win situation. For example, with refurbished goods, each consumer can reduce their own impact on the environment and increase their buying power. And on the other hand, a circular economy can help to create a lot of employment. And we can also to protect climate and to avoid climate change at the same time. Since it can create jobs, among 500,000 jobs. In the UK says in the study, we can create a lot of jobs thanks to this economy. The 3 targeted and more impactful sectors are automotive, construction, and electronics. That's the 3 main sectors where we have to innovate, to avoid waste, and to create a real circular economy. About electronics, the market of refurbished high-tech products is growing fast globally, and high-tech products are the most popular refurbished ones. Since 2009, with Recommerce, that I am a co-founder, we have given a second life to 3.3 million smartphones and returned 140 million euros to consumers in Europe. And we are very proud that we have 100 employees, and we want to develop more and more this new economy.
Well, thank you, Benoit. I think that's very inspiring that you guys already managed to refurbish and 3.3 million smartphones only in France, which is and a little bit more. I know you guys are also a bit more in Europe. And 140 million euro is not a small figure to redistribute to consumers in Europe. So congratulations for that. So now about electronics. Can you maybe share, for example, what is the environmental footprint of a smartphone?
Yeah, it's heavy. When you imagine a small equipment like that, 100 grams, to 200 grams. During its life cycle, a smartphone emits about 56 kilograms of CO2 and about 44 kilograms of raw materials. 44 kilograms for 200 grams. That's heavy, increasingly rare to produce it. That is to say, you need a lot of raw materials to produce these. And you can imagine a big bag of 44 kilograms that we need to function, to take to the nature, to Pachamama, you know.
Yeah, that's very impressive. That means all of us carry a smartphone. We basically consumed, and if you have two like me, we basically consume 2 times 44 kg of natural resources, but you also carry about 56 kilograms of CO2 equivalent in your pocket every day. Wow, that's really impressive. Thank you, Benoit, for all these figures, and again, thank you for the insight. So now let me play a little bit with the audience. I'd like the audience to ask you a question, and this question is this. You will get about 1 minute to answer, and the question is the following. So according to you, for all the participants in this workshop, if you keep your smartphone for 4 years, so let's imagine you have a smartphone and now you keep your smartphone for a duration of 4 years instead of 2 years. According to you, how many greenhouse gas emission related to the life cycle of your smartphone are you going to save? Is it 10%? Is it 20%? Or is it 40%? You get 1 minute to vote now, and it starts now. So again, how many greenhouse gas emission are you going to save if you keep your smartphone for 4 years instead of 2 years? 10%, 20%, or 40%?
Everybody can play, Jordan, Mark also.
I can't really see the results coming in.
Okay.
So 10%, 20%, or 40%. All right, just a few more seconds to answer.
So yes, the answer is 40%. And it comes from a study led by Syntec Numérique in France. And from design to distribution, a new smartphone travels the equivalent of four times around the world. On the other hand, our oceans are going under plastic waste, and in Ghana, in Africa, a massive e-waste is polluting the soils. I told you, Charles, refurbished is the future. We need to avoid waste.
Yeah, that's exactly right, Benoit. I think I'm convinced, and that's why I wanted you to be with us this morning. Refurbish and circular economy is definitely the future. And so thank you, Benoit, for sharing this with us. Now, Benoit, in your opinion, can you share with us what you think business or companies need to do to enhance their practice in circular economy?
Yeah, 2 problems need to be solved. First one, which is already in place in France, thanks to deputy and the engagement of citizens, but needs to be brought up globally, is the law. The law is very important. The regulation of consumer goods and the fight against programmed obsolescence. With AirCube and other actors of change in France, we advised the government on this issue with the law AGEC, la loi pour la lutte contre le gaspillage et l'économie circulaire. And I will please to do it again at a larger scale. and in Europe scale. We don't have much time, and it's very urgent to help businesses shift to a more sustainable growth model. That's our mission. Second thing is that businesses need a very simple solution to develop reuse. That's the job of Mark, of Charles, of Jordan, and you have to do more and more to develop reuse, to develop solutions for consumer. Consumer need motivation, information. They need to have access to tools, to spare parts, in order to repair, in order to buy products with eco-responsible products, that is to say refurbished products, that is to say products with a good impact, okay? So let me dig into each step. A few weeks ago in France, a new law was introduced, a color sticker. That's other slides, I think, no? A color sticker on some household appliances and cell phones. It's called the repairability index or indice de réparabilité. That's very important in Europe. It is a grade which indicates the ability to repair alone or have your product repaired for washing machine, television, smartphones, laptops. And for now, it's very important because now you, consumers, you can choose the best products for the environment and the best products for you in order to repair yourself the product. Industries now have to be more transparent with the consumers, and of course, this new rule encourages a profound rethinking of our society, of the design processes behind a product of service. Second thing, if you don't know how to repair your coffee machine, you can ask to Mark or Jordan. And if you think it is it takes 2 times consuming and too expensive, it's false. You will buy a new one. And that's where I believe digital solutions, innovation, technology come on stage. I believe that digital solutions can accelerate the advent of a more circular society. We need digital, we need innovation, giving more information, giving more motivation, giving more courage with easy solution to the final consumer to repair. And it's exactly where we meet with Palo IT, our partner. They are able to build innovative solutions to transform business models in a more resilient and scalable way to access to the final consumer, to have access to used products, to have access to tools, to information, and to have access some refurbished products.
Yeah, thank you, Benoit. I think you're completely right. We need to change our mind, and obviously we have a choice. We have a choice not to buy a new product, but rather deal with the existing product or buy a second life one. My last question, maybe, Benoit, will be probably about the industry. So my question is this: the industry obviously is changing rapidly, and you guys at Recommerce and through the Federation R-Cube, you're probably leading the way, which is a fantastic thing. And how do you see the future of the industry? How do you imagine the future is going to be?
That's a good question. What is the future? I can see my ball of crystal. No, the digital solutions I just mentioned are key for scaling up circular systems. It is the future and the only way to make it work. I would like to add that the circular economy is not an utopia. We have to build it, but it exists. The Green Deal in Europe, the French government, and many companies and citizens around the world are working on it because they see the triple bottom line it offers. Their businesses can grow at the same pace with a higher consumer loyalty and better environmental results. We have to defend Pachamama. thanks to the circular economy. We have to defend our environment. Join us and participate in it. Thanks a lot, Palo IT.
Thank you, Benoit. And yes, we will join you. And thank you for the inspiring session and sharing with us and with all the audience. I think it's a great thing. What really strikes me and what I will get from this session is really that, one, we have a choice. Two, the solutions are here. And obviously, Palo IT is contributing and is an enabler to the digital solutions that we have. And three, that's something you shared with me and with the rest of the team before. It takes three things for people to change their habit: be informed, make the right choices, and motivation. Motivation is really important. So I think you insisted on this, Benoit, and I think it's very true. We need to be motivated. So talking about motivation, it's now time to go into our workshop with Mark and Jordan. And now that you are all aware of the importance of the circular economy, we want to invite you to come and be in the role of a final user or a consumer in a circular system. Our experienced designer here today, Mark and Jordan, will guide you through the life cycle of a washing machine. Some of you have a washing machine at home, probably a majority of you. And the idea is to really understand how digital solution and digital product and services can make a difference and really accelerate the circularity in a less time-consuming way. We have highlighted a few steps, and for each step, you will need to choose between two options or two answers. I am not telling you more, and I'm handing over to Mark and Jordan now, and let's play together. Over to you, guys.
Thanks, Charles. All right, guys. So as Charles just explained, it's going to be time to play and time to vote for you. So obviously, we're going to bring you to our journey with our broken washing machine. As just said before with Benoit Varin, digital solution can probably scale up the circular economy. So the idea is that we're gonna show you and propose you different scenarios from each step of the circular economy with a washing machine, and we're gonna ask you to vote on which scenario you would prefer to interact with as a user. So let's start. So basically, to put our washing machine in the circular economy, we need to forget that one part, we will throw it away. We need to find solution for each steps. So once your washing machine has broken down, what could you do? First step. Yeah. So it's the moment just saying, wow, what can I do? I need to do a washing machine. So you can first Google different retailers, visit their website and see if they offer the service or how they can help you. But it's going to be a tough moment. Or the scenario B, you would have a single website app that allows you to search for the retailer that accepts your opinions, which is more simpler. So guys, I will ask you to choose for the scenario A or the scenario B. You will have about 1 minute maximum to answer. I see the responses are coming. Answers are coming really quickly. Nice. From what I'm seeing, I guess people are choosing only the same way. A bit more of time. Okay. I guess everyone has responded for now. So you basically, almost everyone choose the scenario B, to have a single website that allows you to search for the retailer that accepts your opinions, which is gonna normally give you less trouble, and you will really win sometimes. So once you find the retailer, let's go to the next step. Yeah. So you will have to identify your washing machine. So find the serial number, or probably have to take over the kitchen or the bathroom, your washing machine, to find the number on the back or on the bottom of the washing machine. Probably take the user manual. Then you have to contact the manufacturer or use a lookup service online. Or the scenario B, you would have an automatic service on your phone that can just take a picture, a photograph of your washing machine, and it will automatically give you the make, model, and year of your washing machine, and probably the serial number. So once again, I'm gonna ask you to choose which scenario would be more convenient for you, to have to move it, find the serial number, or to just take a picture that can automatically identify your washing machine. Let's have a vote. We should have put music somehow, just for the waiting time. People are responding really quickly this time. Nice work, guys.
There's definitely a lot of popularity for option B on this one.
True.
Or you can show your tattoo. It's your tattoo there, Jordan?
Nope. But we can talk about it later. All right, I guess almost everyone has answered already. Yep. So no need to compare for now. You almost all choose the response B, the scenario B, to take a picture and have all automatically all identify your washing machine. Responses are still coming. Okay. All right. So once you perfectly know which washing machine it is, so if we go to the next step, what we need to do, we will need to have a diagnosis of your washing machine to know what the problem is. So, all right. Again, we propose you two scenarios. So the first one, hey, you will have to call the manufacturer, service department, schedule a repairman to come to your place, or a support worker to bring the machine at one time to the retailer or the department to inspect the washing machine. And the scenario B, you again use an application on your phone, and it's gonna, with a sensor inside your washing machine, it's gonna tell you on a real-time feedback what's going wrong, what's happening, if there's a part failing or something going wrong with the circuit. So once again, I'm going to ask you to choose between the scenario A and the scenario B. Which one is more convenient for you? Let's have a vote again. So again, would you choose a classic way to call the manufacturer service department and so on, with all what it deals and all what it means, or choose to have a sensor in your appliance, which gives back feedback directly on your phone to identify what the problem is?
You mean do it yourself, or B is do it yourself?
It's a bit of do-it-yourself, as the sensor is giving you the answer right away. Answers. All right. Just for the last person. Okay, perfect. So the majority choose the scenario B again. So the digital help with the sensor in your opinions, which is gonna make you win sometimes again. So once you know what the problem is, you will have few steps and few solutions to get. So two scenario again that we propose you. The repairman, if he had diagnosed your washing machine before, will have to order the part in order to restore your machine, and it's going to take some time to receive the part and then change it. Or you could use from the same application when the application is telling you what the problem is. Maybe it could directly ask you to order the faulty part, or maybe make an appointment with a repairman as it's too complicated to change it. Or the last solution is probably to have a video that could guide you through the processes to repair it, as is probably a little problem, a little trouble that you have. So once again, I'm going to ask you to choose which solution would you prefer to repair your washing machine. Let's go. We should definitely have put some music.
Why don't you sing something, Jordan?
I'm not going to do that to people.
We can create the circular economy song, you know?
That's right, Benoit. I mean,
Next time, next year, we will do that, okay?
why next year? Next month?
Quick.
Inshallah.
All right. Answers coming really fast again. Add a bit of time for last people to do it. 9. All right.
You know, it exists, this application, and it's the Spareka. I remember in Aircube, we have a startup very famous in France, it's Spareka. Some publicity.
You have some already existing. Okay, so once the washing machine has been repaired, if it was by yourself, you do not need to do anything else. But if you had to give to the repairman because it was too complicated or whatever, again, there's two scenarios to end this journey. The repairman needs to inform you. So if it's a classic way, it will probably be a long process between teams, departments, and finally the moment that they're gonna call you or send you a message by phone, only to say that your washing machine is ready, that you can come to find it. Or scenario B, you will be notified in real time on the application you already used before that the completion of your washing machine is done. So it's fine. Your washing machine is ready, you know, in real time, and you can come whatever you want to find it. So again, I'm going to ask you to vote between these two solutions, these two scenarios. So A or B. Would you a classic where someone calling you after repair your washing machine, or would you prefer that only on a button on the application, a real-time feedback? Let's have a vote. Oh, everyone on the same way for now. Perfect. So A, classic way, the repairman's calling you, and B, a real-time feedback directly on your smartphone. Okay, any answers coming in again? All right. I guess everyone has answered now. Some coming. Okay. A bit more time. Perfect. So you mostly all choose the scenario B to have an application in real-time feedback. So if we just have a little conclusion of all this journey, you mostly all choose the answer B, the scenario B, which is more digital part. So you probably choose this because it's making you win sometimes and go through the processes simply. So I'm going to give the talks to Mark now to have a little words on this. Thank you.
Thanks, Jordan. We hope that this example demonstrates, at the very least, that there can be a number of different steps to enable a circular model. So each step in the circle that you see here, and each of those steps that Jordan went through, there's a chance that the consumer finds repair or refurbishment too challenging. So the device is thrown away, a new one might be bought. Again, we see the system creates waste and continues to harm the planet. So this is where innovation in digital technology has a role in the circular economy. So I was really interested to see the way you guys voted, and we weren't exactly sure how it was going to turn out. You know, a couple of examples we saw, websites and retail database. First question, that can take the pain out of looking for the right reason. Or, you know, something like taking a photograph can be much easier than trying to look up a serial number and trying to find a make and model yourself. So these are examples of innovations, and they might be considered traditional points in the life cycle of a washing machine. So we can begin with technology at these points. Both a great experience for the consumer and an opportunity to reuse the product or materials. So I think this is our new mission as designers and innovators. We're historically trained to create value for customers as designers, and we need to consider two beneficiaries of our craft: the people who use the technology and the planet as a whole. So I think it was pretty obvious that, you know, on the left-hand side, all the option A options that Jordan presented, these are manual processes that are currently in place that need to support refurbishment or repair for washing machines. And all the options on the right, these were examples of digital innovations. And I think the results from the survey showed that, you know, there was definitely a skew towards these digital innovations. Now, this might be a factor of, you know, that we're on an online conference call with a lot of people that are interested in digital technology. But it might also reflect that there is, I think, just in the world, this move towards using digital innovation to facilitate something like this. So for most consumers, digital innovations like the ones we showed today, they have the potential to remove friction, increase the likelihood that people will participate in a circular economy. You know, these are just some examples, and there's different solutions that we can ideate on and create at each one of these steps. And some are going to be more successful than others. And there's always room for improvement. So we'll continue to identify the steps, these barriers to change, and we'll continue to find new and better ways that technology can be used to overcome those barriers. So thanks for participating today. And with that, I guess I'll hand back to Charles.
Yeah, thank you, Mark. Thank you all. I think we still have a little bit of time to go through some Q&A, I guess. We just have 5 minutes, but before we get in there, I'd like to thank all of the participants today, and also obviously Mark in Australia, which is already quite a late time in the evening on Friday night. Obviously, Benoit, our dear guest from Recommerce, and Jordan, it's been a pleasure going through this little bit of game about choosing the options. So, as I said before, it takes information, it takes motivation and courage to make the right choices. And obviously, Palo IT has a role to play in this, because as a digital enabler, we want to develop these solutions for our customers. So I am wondering if we want to take a few options, and one of them is this one. I will read through. There's a question saying, aren't you afraid that the overuse of digital technology with connected object will have a negative impact on the carbon footprint? I think maybe I'll take the question, and maybe we get the insight from Benoit on this one also. But yes, that's a worry. I think there's a proliferation of connected devices in the world, and we see that in the last 10 years, there's a number of connected devices coming in our life. So we're more and more connected. There's a number of screens coming in our home, in our house, and in the way we function in the society. I think a study is showing that today, 8% of the global carbon footprint, carbon emission, is coming from digital industry. So it raised a lot of concern, but also a lot of responsibility on companies like ours to effectively design and propose solutions that are going to be more responsible. So using technology as a force for good. And by the way, we know, because we have experienced this in Palo IT, there are solutions to actually minimize or control or mitigate the impact on carbon of technology usage. It's not the purpose of this session today, but I'm sure there are other sessions in Change Now Summit that will address what are the mitigation plan to have a responsible use of technology and to control the carbon footprint of technology proliferation in the world. But Benoit, would you say a few things about this? Because obviously Recommerce is a digital and technology native company. How do you control your own carbon emission?
You know that the concept of green IT, that is to say, we have the green IT 1.0, that is to say, we have to limit the quantity of equipment, we have to rent an equipment, we have to buy or repair a smartphone, to buy a refurbished smartphone, so that we have to limit the mass, the volume of equipment. That's you are right. After Green IT 2.0, it means we need technology to limit the impact of our way of life. We have to innovate with services, with technology, with new way of build, new way of consume. So I think that we need technology to limit the impact of our way of consumption, way of life, and to limit the impact of the technology. And technology is very, very impacting with energy consuming, with technology can be also a danger, very dangerous for our planet. That's real. We have to be conscious about that.
Okay, thank you, Benoit. I think we have time for the last question, and let me give you this last question from the audience. So the question is probably for one of our designers, maybe Mark or Jordan. So the question is this: when you design a new app, an application, or a new IT solution, do you actually calculate its carbon footprint, as opposed to the systems it's supposed to replace? And if it is higher, would you suggest to your customer not to implement it, or to review it first? Sorry, or to review it first once it has been improved. So the question is this: do we calculate the carbon footprint of a given solution that we develop, or do we recommend our customer to not do it, or to implement it differently? Maybe I will ask Mark to answer this question. Mark?
Yes, I think this is it's a really good question, and the answer is we don't always know how to calculate things that we haven't designed yet. So part of the design process is sometimes to explore what are some of the possible effects of implementing some new technology. And a lot of this has to be speculative. Sometimes it's obvious. If you replace, so for example, if you had an app that showed when something was ready to pick up rather than needing a call center for someone, or someone drive to your house, for instance, if it involved, someone using a car to get there, some answers are obvious, but it's not always obvious how to measure the impact of two solutions that might be software or digital solutions as well. So we can only make sure that we continually test the things that we do implement to see if some of the assumptions that we have about the effects on the environment or social effects, whether they come about. So this is making sure that we don't design and something and walk away from it. Rather, we continue to test and we continue to see what effects play out.
All right, thank you very much, Mark. Now it's time to conclude this session. I'd like to thank you all again for your participation, and all the participants, all our guests, Benoit, of course, from the e-commerce, Jordan, Mark from Palo IT in Australia. The last thing I want to say is come to our booth. So in Change Now this year, it's all virtual, but you have the ability to join us and have a conversation with our Palo IT guys in our booth. Also, if you're interested in more about what Palo IT is doing, you have the opportunity to ask questions through the booth, through our website, and we're hiring. So if you're interested, if you're a young engineer, if you're developers, if you're a sales guy, tell us more about what you want to do. If you want to be part of this circular economy or impact system using technology as a driving force for good, join us. So thank you, everyone. Thank you, Benoit. Thank you, Jordan. Thank you, Mark. And have a wonderful day today.
Bye-bye.